Hello. In this video, we'll continue with graphs, looking at the X and Y axes and how to modify them using templates or manually to change colors, graph style, and more. Let's begin. You see here both green and blue represent Europe. Since I want to view by zone, I'd like them combined. But doing it manually, it treats each value as a separate line, okay? Sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. It depends on what we want. You choose in this case. I'm here to show you how to do it manually. We have the axis option, which shows what's on the x-axis and y-axis. X-axis shows amounts. Y-axis shows sales figures. We also have titles we can add, right? So we could add amount here and zone here, as each of these will be zones, okay? We also have more options like the chart title. In this case, we want to see total sales by zone. Great, but total sales amount might be a bit confusing, so I'll select and delete it. Now it looks better. Let's see what other options we have. Data labels will help us identify the amount for each zone, and the data table can show us the amount per zone, right? And here you can see that the colors appear. Green is Europe, orange is Australia and Oceania, and blue is also Europe. The legend will help us identify colors too. In this case, I'm interested in the zone. Keeping it is fine, but having the amount there might be visually heavy, so I'll remove it. Here's how it looks. Besides adding elements, we can also modify the template. Let's check the chart style. We have other options that will always respect what we've added in our format. For instance, if I have it in 3D, it'll show in 3D. Look how cool this one is. I like this one the most. This is just an idea. I can customize it. Let's click and go to the format section. Here we have different options. For example, we can set the shape fill to this color. We can also modify these colors. Let's go to the styles section. We were looking at styles, but we can also switch to colors. For example, if I want a single shade, we can go here. Let's say I'd like an orange one. We'll double click, and in the style you'll see it respects the colors and everything it'll show. It'll be based on what I have. Okay, I like this one, so we'll keep it. We could modify it more. If we right click and go to format chart area here, we have options. In this case, I'm selecting the entire chart, so when it says fill, it's asking how I want it. Let's say I want a dark one, but if you see, I'd have to change all the amounts and numbers too. So it's important to consider, do I prefer the current format or color? It's best not to make many changes, as that would take much more time. Okay, so I'll keep that color there for now, and we'll see how to modify each part. It's quite simple. Once I'm in the modification section, I just select what I want to change. For example, here I want to modify the title. I'd need to find the color I want. In this case, it's this one here, and I want it to be white. Now you'll see all the options appear. Here, fill refers to the filling, which doesn't necessarily mean just the letters. Instead, I'd like it to have a darker color than it already has. Here I can choose the border, and here the fill. We could also check if it has a shadow or any other effect, and also adjust the size.